everybody. Leah Vanderlinden here, and we are on fire. We have dove in to the root chakra. You guys have learned all about how to tell if it's overbalanced, underbalanced, if it's out of whack, how to whack that bad boy back into place. You've learned mantras, journal prompts, hi Lotus, and all kinds of incredible things. And then we dove in yesterday and we learned about the sacral chakra. And we learned advanced breathing techniques as well as journal prompts too. Make sure that you are checking your emails if you've signed up for this course, as I have been sending you communication with the replays, the homework recap, and all of that. Some of you, for some reason, are getting them in your spam folder, so you just want to make sure you're getting them from me. I haven't sent out the recap of yesterday, but I will later on today. And now we are going to dive into the third chakra. So does anyone have any guess? Kimberly, hi, long time no see. Hey, Steph. Does anyone have any guess where this third chakra is? Hi, Shamika. Where do you guys think this chakra is? And I was going to say, can you guess what number? But then I gave it away. Where do y'all think it is? So we learned where the root is, right? Which is down in our pelvic area. And then we learned that the sacral is right above that, okay? Right under the belly button. So now we have one more. Well, not one more, but one more that we're diving into today. So go ahead and guess where you think that is. And while you guys are typing those in on the comments, how's everybody loving this free course so far? Under your boobs, look at Shamika. Girl, this is early in the day. Shamika's like, it's under here. I love it. That's a good guess. And you are so, what do you think? Is she on it? Is she accurate? Okay. So what are you guys thinking of this course so far? Are you getting a lot out of it? Is it too much? Is it just enough? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Tamika! Hey, baby girl. All right. So we've got one guest, but we've got 5 of you on here. Where do you all think the solar plexus is? Now, what is cool is that we've learned that we have the root at the bottom. And right above that is the first one with an S is the sacral. And now we have another one with an S, which is the solar plexus. Thank you. Shamika said it's been great. Okay, so the solar plexus is going to be located in your abdomen, but it is, in a lot of images, it is right here under your boobs. It's still in that stomach area. Okay, but it is very much in your under your boobs, I should say. Okay, and depending on some of us, I mean, mine hang a little low, so mine might not be as accurate as some of y'all with the perkies, but it is pretty much right here. So what I want you to do is put your hands right in that area. Can you all see? And just kind of push down and do a circular clockwise motion. Just rub on it. Just spin a little bit, loving that solar plexus, saying hello to it. It probably hadn't seen you in a while. It may miss you. It may be like, who the hell are you? You haven't even bought me dinner. Rub on it. Just get familiar with it. While I'm talking to you, I want you to just keep gently rubbing on that solar plexus. Marty! So go ahead and rub on it for me, okay? So this is this is your center of willpower. Write that down for me. Oh, you're rubbing. Okay. Don't write it down. Just think about it. Your center of willpower is all about the perception of who you are. Now, if the perception of who you are was created years ago by many people that have nothing to do with who the hell you are now, okay, chances are this bad boy is operating in a what? What have we been talking about? A low vibration and is under. Okay, it's probably under. Or if you never were accepted for who you were, then it's probably overreacting and probably working on overload every day trying to prove who the hell you are. Okay, so like we talked about yesterday, if your sacral chakra is working on overload, it is going to be working every day trying to overcompensate for the pleasure it didn't receive, trying to overcompensate for so many things. Okay, so you're either overcompensating or you're completely avoiding it and you're undercompensating. Let's have a truth bomb moment. Stop rubbing. I know some of y'all need to get a room, get your little incense and sage from Marty, have your little privacy, but type in the comments. Hi Beth. Type in the comments, do you feel that you are overcompensating or undercompensating when it comes to really being comfortable with the perception of who you are? Because this is one I have to work on a lot, because sometimes I overcompensate. I try to prove my worth to someone, or try to prove that I am the right fit, or I am who they should choose, or whatever that is. And sometimes I find myself overcompensating in that area. And then I get burnout and say, you know what? Screw them. I know who the hell I am. And then I avoid it and I undercompensate. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? So anyway, yes, but said under, over. There we go. Anybody feel that they are balanced and they're doing great in that area? Because just because that's me doesn't mean that's you. Okay. So what I want you guys to do for a moment is I want you to put your hands back in that area. Madi said, it was over yesterday as I tried to prove to others. Yes. Stephanie said, yeah, she gets in that mentality too, like, screw them. Sometimes you get in that place where you've worked on your confidence enough and we're like, screw it, right? Then other times we get in that place where we just want to avoid it and we're like, screw it. So it's getting really in the juicy details with who you are of which one is that really for you. Hi, Ambrosia. Okay, so what I want you to do is, while we have our hands down on that solar plexus, I want you to spend a moment really asking yourself, where in my life am I strong and where am I brave? Just spend a moment. Where in my life am I strong and where am I brave? Because that energy that's providing your strength, that's creating that bravery, was created originally, like we've talked about, as a child in this area. Okay, so let's start. You can take your hands off there for a moment and start typing those in the comments. Where in my life am I strong? Where in my life am I being brave? Okay. So while we're doing that, I'm going to share a truth bomb. Where in my life am I strong? I would think that I am strong when it comes to when I get out of my own head, being creative. And I've become stronger at honoring commitments I make to myself. I'm strong in really caring for others. Where am I brave? Facing my fears, like doing these lives and being vulnerable and knowing at any moment I'm open to judgment, I'm open to rejection, I'm open to other people's comments. And I feel like I have been very brave through that. At times I want to hide, but I just tough it out and do it anyway. Right? So I would feel those would be mine. Now I want to go to the opposite of that, and we're having this truth bomb moment, and we're really talking to the solar plexus. Is that my penny? Oh my God, I've missed you. Mwah. So as we're doing that, let's start reading these. These are wonderful. I want to have come on in, you guys. Come on in. Come sit with me. You're amongst family, darling. Shamika said, I trust myself. Yes. And speaking up for myself is where she is strong in her solar plexus. I love that. I love that. Another one I would say that I would be strong in is doing things that I might not even know how to do or have skills in, and figuring them out as I go along. Like taking a job one time as a dental assistant. Never in my life had I worked on a tooth, honey. And next thing I know, with no education, I'm learning how to clean teeth, do exams, do x-rays, operate in surgery, honey. What the Sam Hill? All I had was a YU degree, YouTube University. Okay. So things like that. I know some of you have maybe moved on your own, gotten relationships again. Let's hear them. Don't be shy. Okay. Beth said, I'm strong in caring for others. I'm brave in living alone and going through a divorce. She chose, yes, choosing you, Beth, choosing you, choosing new ways. And that is so scary starting over. And you are so right. That is beyond brave. I love these. Tamika said, I'm strong with helping others. Yes. I'm brave when it comes to speaking up for myself. Can y'all feel this energy? Yes. Is that my mom? Hi, Mom. So let's do the opposite. Let's have a little moment and get down in the gritty with that on the second half of that. So where in my life am I not being strong? Where in my life am I not being brave? Okay? Because everything in life has a polarity. It has an opposite. So there are moments that we are doing these wonderful, beautiful things for our healing, for our future. And then we have the opposite where we may be running. Okay? So let's just get down to the truth as we look this chakra in the eye, because avoidance doesn't get us anything except what we've talked about before, especially yesterday. It creates us being depleted, feeling exhausted, overcompensating in other areas, trying to prove our worth, trying to do all this other crap and wasting energy. So let's just get it out now so that we can address it and work on it. And when you share and you are brave, what you do is you open the door for someone else's bravery to come through. Okay. So Stephanie said, I have lived alone. Oh, I live alone and have for 6 years. Oh, I didn't even think of that one, Stephanie. That's a good one. And take care of my 6-year-old daughter who keeps me strong. That is strong and brave for sure. 100%. I didn't even think of that. Yes. Being a single mom, hardest thing I've ever done in my life. There are times I look back and go, how the hell has it been 10 years? And there are times that I am the opposite of that. I get fed up. I get frustrated. I think, God, can I just have some freaking help? Oh, no, Stephanie, you are most certainly not. It may feel that way, but you're not. Okay. You're not. So, what I also want you to encourage you to do, because we don't have time to do all of these, but what I also want to encourage you to do is go dig a little bit deeper tonight and have some journal prompts of where am I honoring myself and where am I not? When you choose to honor yourself and put yourself first and really sit down and get comfortable with what you're needing, what you're wanting in life, that energy is all coming from the solar plexus. So that's one of your journal prompts. So someone can do me a favor and type in the comments, so this helps people know what their journal prompts are later on, is where am I honoring myself and where could this use a little work? Where am I honoring myself and where could this use a little work? Okay. And the other one was, where am I strong and brave? And where, basically, same thing, where in my life could I be a little bit stronger and a little bit braver? Okay. So we're going to keep it moving because I try to respect the fact that you guys only allow about, 30 to 40 minutes. And once I start talking, I feel like you guys we're all sitting here just hanging out and time starts flying by. So now that we're diving into that third chakra, thank you for whoever's typing that in for me. I appreciate it. So now that we're moving on to the third chakra here, let me get my notes out. So your solar plexus is your wheelhouse for will, okay, for your personal willpower, for your energy, okay? If your energy is constantly depleted, it feels like you're always in fatigue, you're always overwhelmed, You're always operating on that just barely hanging by. You might have to caffeinate yourself all day long. Okay. You are probably having a very um, low energy and low chakra will thing going on in your solar plexus. However, if your energy is off the charts and you feel like sometimes you are over hyper and it's very hard for you to focus and your mind's going, you are probably overcompensating in this area. So remember why we overcompensate and remember what undercompensate means. Avoidance and doing too much. Thank you, Beth. You get a gold star. Shamika said taking care of the hard stuff. Yes. This is also where your metabolism is either going to be overactive, underactive, or just right. It's in your solar plexus. Your availability to be effective with your words when you're communicating, to be effective with your point, to be effective in the things you do and your purpose is in this area. Guess where else is in this area? Your self-esteem. If as a kid you struggled with self-esteem, you haven't really truly dealt with that, your solar plexus is going to be overcompensating or undercompensating now to make up for what it didn't receive back then. However, if you had parents that praised everything you did and put you on a pedestal so high that no one else can ever reach it, then you may be operating on the under, right? This is also our house of our social identity. This is where our happiness is stored in your solar plexus. So once again, this is your third chakra. If it is balanced, you are going to feel confident, empowered, warm, energetic. If you are imbalanced, you are going to feel powerless, stomach-related issues, anger, confused, okay? Really hard at concentrating and comprehension. So the stones that you can use if you're wanting to really use crystals in your journey, what you can do are purchase crystals and jewelry that are yellow color because this is your yellow chakra, and golden color. Hold amber while you do meditations. Use topaz. Use my favorite, which is my baby, citrine. Have citrine all around you. When you're using essential oils, you would want to use essential oils that are also citrus, okay? So another practice you can do, a chakra practice you can do, is write down what angers you and burn it. One of my favorite things to do, anybody that's been following me for a while, and especially if you're in the Soulful Goddess, you know I'm all about fire ceremonies and really writing down and burning and releasing what angers you and no longer serves you, and watching that literally fly up into the sky and go into God's hands away from you. Now, it's really important when you remove that energy that you're calling in and bringing in new energy. So then what you would do would be the opposite of that, okay? So then you're always yin and yang. So then you're going to say, well, what am I going to call in that would make me happy? A lot of times we know what makes us angry, especially in other people, but we really truly haven't come to terms with what makes us happy. If you only know what makes you angry, then that's what you're going to focus on. That's what you're going to bring in. But if you actually really come to terms with what makes you happy, the universe now has clear direction and a roadmap of what actually to do for you. Okay. So anyway, another thing is to just get familiar with your emotions. So you can rent a movie that makes you cry and allow yourself to have an hour or two that you just cry. So many of us try to be so strong all the time and run from all these emotions that we rarely ever cry. Another thing is, if you don't know the last time you had joy, get a happy movie going on. Watch a comedy show. Mitch Hedberg is somebody I love. I love puns and he makes me laugh. Gary Owen, whoever it is that makes you laugh, and just allow yourself to literally belly laugh. If you can't do that, one thing that I've done with some of my clients when we have a really deep session is I make them literally force themselves to laugh. So that's what we're going to do now. So you're going to feel a little cray cray. But like I said, most of us run from emotions. Most of us are stuck in like one or two emotions. We're sad all the time, we're pissed off all the time, or we're in one type of emotion, a couple emotions. But think of how many emotions there are. So that's one activity you can do is write down what angers you, do your fire ceremony, or you can do something where you allow yourself to be creative. You can allow yourself to rent a sad movie and cry. You can allow yourself to laugh. So what I want you to do is place your hands on your solar plexus. And literally, we're going to do something that is going to feel like we should be in the psych ward, okay? But don't care. Long hair don't care. So put your hands there, and I want you to literally just laugh. I know it's going to feel weird as hell, but so does running from stuff all the time. Okay? Take the tennis shoes off and stop running. Just come to terms with it. Let's laugh. Told you you're going to feel crazy. Do it again. Hi, Kim. Laugh. Could you feel that? Okay. Now I want you, I know we're feeling like we're going back to preschool, but now I want you to pretend that you are angry. Stomp your feet. Get angry for a moment. Stomp them. Now I want you to stop stomping. Put your hands on that solar plexus, and I want you to grunt. Let that shit out. You guys ready? Do it again. I know this sounds silly, but it helps. Do it again. Sometimes I have my clients literally do these sounds for 30 or 40 moments, and then the tears really start coming after they grunt. The joy starts coming because they have allowed themselves for the first time in years to feel. What did y'all feel with that? Could you feel anything? So when you start to really dive into this solar plexus, you are going to start dealing with the pain you felt was unbearable. You're going to get, when you do not address this area, what often happens is you may experience intense depression, a heaviness, an isolation, feeling pessimistic, muddled. Okay. We don't want to live in that state anymore. That's what these breathing techniques, these silly little breath work and things that we just did. Did you know that was breath work, what we just did? It's a part of it. It's dealing with the trauma style of breathing. Essential oil I highly recommend to use in this area is peppermint oil, because peppermint oil helps with that unbearable pain, intense depression, the heaviness, and the muddled feelings and feeling that lack of joy. It helps with fear. Okay. And I'm going to read the notes on this, and this is from Dr. Dream. Okay. And it says, when an individual uses peppermint oil, they feel as though they are finally able to glide through life. It assists in staying on the surface of emotional issues like a water skier on a lake. Can y'all visualize that? The power of peppermint can be felt in in times of the most discouragement and even depression. When the individual is disheartened, they may use peppermint oil to rediscover the joy of being alive. Holy. However, a person may also start to abuse the properties of peppermint oil and hide behind the peppermint oil to escape instead of dealing with the emotional pain. And if that's all you do is apply the peppermint oil and smell like a York peppermint patty, then what you're going to be doing is actually hindering your growth and process. So use the peppermint oil in assistance of what the work that you're going to do. So great question. Beth said, how do I use the oil? So I set myself up for success every day by putting oils on me. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll put them in my hands and I'll literally breathe them in like a diffuser. Then there are times I will put it in the diffuser at work so that I smell it and can literally feel it. There are times that I will put it on my wrist. I'll put it on the back of my ears. I'll put it on my heart. One of the most effective places that you can put it is at the soles of your feet, because you have so many nerves endings in the soles of your feet. And it only takes about, I think it's 20 seconds for it to make a difference once it touches the skin. And it takes 20 minutes. I may have these numbers wrong, but just roll with them. They sound amazing, right? But I know there's a lot of truth to this. I just can't remember my numbers. But I think it's after 20 minutes, it goes into the bloodstream, and then it literally starts to affect you on a circular level. So essential oils literally have the vibrations of the earth and natural herbs and everything that comes from our creator. So they have a beautiful access and a gateway to source energy. That's what we're doing when we're doing these things, is we're creating life force energy. Anywhere the chakra doesn't have life force energy, in many ways it's operating as if it's flatlined. So on the days that you're operating on a really low vibration, slap that essential oil on and it will create a higher vibration. Okay, so I'm going to just cover a couple more things and then I've got to go because I have a meeting. Yes, it is. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite oils. I also sometimes will wear like one of those porous bracelets that you can put, they're like I can't think what they're called, but you can put essential oils on it. And then that way it's in my skin all the time. So that's another good one. So you guys learning some things you didn't know? All kinds of cool stuff, huh? So the third one, once again, is the color yellow. This is your center of power. This is I'll cover a couple more things here. If you are having a low operating chakra in this area, then what you're going to do is you may have unknown fears, especially from your childhood. You don't know why you're terrified at night. You don't know why you're terrified to drive, why certain things scare you. Those may be fears that were created to protect you at one time when you were a child. You may have anxieties that you don't understand why now all of a sudden when you're in the store, this freaks you out, why certain things are scaring you. These unknown ones are often related to when you were a child. And once again, you're still operating in that energy, feeling like you're taking in more than you can handle. You have too much focus on gaining personal power and recognition. If this is positive, then you are going to feel an awakening, an energy, transformation, and personal power. Here's where it's going to affect you physically. Yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it? Essentials oils truly are amazing. I could not operate with them, and they really help my headaches too. So anyway, if you are not operating on a healthy solar chakra, solar plexus, you're going to have stomach issues, liver issues, gallbladder, digestion issues, pancreas, adrenals, and cellular metabolism. Okay? Lot of stuff. This is why, you guys, it's so important that you're taking time each day to just simply breathe. The more that you breathe, the more your body will feel at ease. Okay? So now we're going to dive in to our chakra sounds. What brand do I recommend? I'm not even going to open that floodgate because I know everybody has their own. I recommend you do your research and find one that really resonates with you. You may private message me if you want, but I'm not even going to open that gate. Okay? All right. So let's start wrapping this up. So I want you to go ahead and go back to your solar plexus and place your hands there. Okay. Now we're going to take 11 breaths and we're going to go super fast. What I want you to visualize is that you have a brown paper bag in front of your mouth. Okay. And I want you to really picture that you are filling this brown paper bag up like it's in front of you. You're going, but if you're only making that sound and you don't feel this solar plexus going in and out, in and out, in and out, up and down, then you're not doing it correctly. Okay. So I want you to really feel it Go in, out, in, out, in, out, in, almost like a sit-up. So go ahead and practice. So feel your digestive system almost close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open. Everybody feel it? Okay, we're going to do 11 of these. So just follow my breaths. You're going to have that belly go in, out, okay? Ready? Make sure you're breathing. I know it's a lot of instruction. That's why I want to practice first. So now we're going to go ahead and go. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Make sure you're breathing in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Breathe all the way in. Hold that stomach in, almost like you're sucking in. Really loud exhale. Breathe in, hold that stomach in, really large exhale. Three more. Last one. Whew. How do you guys feel? That's intense. That's an intense one. So I want you to just give yourself a moment to just come back in tune to where you are. Shake your hands, shake your legs, allow yourself to feel grounded. That was a big one. Just feel that. Whew. All right. I can feel everybody's energy. You guys did great. Did everybody understand that one? So this is one I want you to do tonight when you are off this call, and try to just spend about 10 minutes doing that, okay? That is really going to activate your solar plexus chakra. Anytime you're experiencing any of these feelings that we talked about, this is your solar plexus trying to get your attention. So I want you to just do that breath work in that solar plexus when these things come to your mind, and know that you will feel so much better. All these things that we've learned over the past few days, anytime you start to feel those emotions, your body's talking to you, telling you that you're operating from the past in these areas. I want to make sure that you're doing these techniques that you're learning. You're not just doing them one time. Spiritual work takes consistency, and it takes you showing up and proving to yourself that you really are trying to listen to your body. So go ahead and tell me, what did you guys feel? Did anybody feel anything? And then we're going to dive in to doing the chant, and then we're going to go ahead and go. So on this chakra, yesterday we learned that the sacral chakra, we do the VAM, the VAAMMM. The root chakra, we did the LAM, the LAAMMM. And now we're going to do the RAM, the RAAMMM. Okay? So go ahead and do that with me. And we're going to do that 11 times. Ram, 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 Ram. Last one, as long as you can. Ram. Those feel amazing to me. Thank you for sharing, Shamika. She said, I felt I wasn't deeply breathing at first. And that is also what will create an underactive chakra. A lot of times we're not breathing the way that we were supposed to be. This is the importance of breath work combined with chakra work. You get 2 for 1. You send that life force energy, you open and activate the chakra, and then you become balanced physically, mentally, and spiritually. So thank you guys so much for doing this exercise with me. I am so grateful for you all for showing up the way that you have. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments and I can come back and answer them. Be on the lookout for your emails. Once again, check your spam folders. Like I said, there's 46 people, I think, signed up and only 7 got the emails today. So just make sure they're coming through so that you can stay on pace with the course. So thank you guys for such incredible work. I hope this helped, and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we will dive into the heart chakra. All right, guys, talk to you soon.